Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Andrea Wakaneme, and I'm gonna be talking today about personality disorders. So we're going to explore this. I know this is a complex topic, but definitely is crucial on what we are learning this semester. So basically, personality disorders are not just difficult personalities. So they are enduring patterns of inner experience and behavior that deviate significantly from cultural expectations. So they are inflexible and they cause stress or impairment in a person's life. So according to the DSM-5, there are 10 recognized personality disorders and they're organized into three clusters. So it's going to be cluster A, B, and C. And I think understanding these clusters help clinicians make sense of behavioral patterns that may appear confusing, overwhelming, or like even contradictory. So today we'll talk about each cluster and the disorders inside them and what these patterns look like in real life. So we're gonna start with so okay, right here. So what is personality disorder? So personality disorders are chronic. They usually begin in adolescence or early adulthood. They tend to be persuasive because they be affecting many areas of a person's life. They're rigid because it's difficult for the person to change without any intervention. They're impairing because they're interfering with relationships, work, and emotional stability. So these aren't occasional behaviors. It's not like one to time. They're part of someone's consistently. It's how they think, how they feel, how they relate with the world. So researchers Mylon and Davis describe personality disorders as maladaptive styles of relating to oneself and to other people, and that persist over time and across many situations. So basically, this means that disorders are not momentary crises. Just like today, I feel bad, and now I have personality disorder. No, they're long-term patterns. So we're gonna start talking about. Okay, we already talked about this. So now we're gonna talk about cluster A, which is called odd or eccentric. So cluster A includes paranoid, personality disorder like schizoid personality, schizotypical personality disorder, and then these individuals often appear strange, eccentric, or socially detached. Paranoid personality disorder. People with this disorder, they're permanently suspicious. They believe that others are trying to harm or deceive them. They read hidden meanings into neutral comments. They hold grudges and distrust, like even with their close people. This is not the same as delusional disorder or schizophrenia, because this is like a consistent worldview based on mistrust. Um, Schizoid personality disorder. These individuals, they show little interest in forming relationships. They prefer solitude. They appear emotionally flat. They don't seem affected by praise or criticism. This is not autism, though there may be superficial similarities. And then we have schizotypical personality disorder. So this disorder includes odd beliefs or magical thinking. So it's like an unusual perceptual experience. It's like an eccentric behavior or speech, suspiciousness, or like social anxiety. It's also like difficulty forming close relationships. People with this disorder often want relationships, but anxiety and odd behaviors make connections really difficult. Then we have cluster B, which is dramatical, emotional, and erratic. So this describes like an antisocial personality disorder, histrionic personality disorder, narcissist personality disorder. We also have borderline personality. So these disorders are often the most visible and disruptive because they involve intense emotions, impulsivity, unstable relationships. So antisocial personality disorder, like it's about violating others' right, like lying, manipulation, criminal behavior, impulsivity, lack of remorse, irresponsibility on work and finances. So this disorder requires a history of conduct problems before 50. Now we have the histrionic personality people. So these people with this disorder, they are excessively emotional or dramatic. They seek to be the center of attention always. They use appearance or flirtation to gain attention. They show rapidly shifting, shallow emotions. Their relationships can feel superficial because the main goal is attention. So there is no connection at all. And then we have the narcissist. So, what about these individuals? They have an inflated sense of self importance. They fantasize about success or power. They believe they deserve special treatment just because. They lack empathy. They use others to achieve their goals. Narcissist is not just confidence, it's like a deep need for admiration and a fragile self esteem. So beneath this surface, that's not out. That is not, um, like having respect. Yeah. So borderline personality disorder. This one is especially complex because individuals they may experience different of abandonment, unstable relationships, rapid mood swings, um, chronic emptiness. I think they're very impulsive too. It can be self harm or suicidal gestures. Their emotional world feels like a constant roller coaster. So it's very intense, very overwhelming, and difficult to regulate. And then on the cluster C, we have anxious or fearful disorders. So, avoidant personality, we have dependent personality disorder. We also have obsessive compulsive personality disorder. Um, so these disorders they revolve around fearfulness, insecurity, or extreme control. So, avoidant personality disorder individuals, they usually avoid social situations because they are afraid of criticism. They believe they're socially inadequate or unappealing. They avoid relationships unless they know for sure they'll be accepted. This goes far beyond shyness. It's not shyness. It's deeply because it deeply affects career choices, friendships, and even self-esteem. Dependent personality disorder. People with this disorder, they tend to need others to make decisions for them. So they fear separation or rejection. They feel helpless. When they're alone, they're submissive or like very clingy. They lack confidence in their own judgment, and this pattern can lead to unhealthy and abusive relationships. And then we have the obsessive compulsive personality disorder. So people with this disorder, they're perfectionist to an extreme that get stuck on rules, details, routines. They're rigid, they're controlling, they're willing to delegate work, they excessively neglect leisure relationships, they insist that things have to be done the right way, their way. This is not the same as OCD, because OCD is a personality style. OCD is an anxiety disorder with obsession and compulsions. And then we have why this matters. So why it matters? Because understanding personality disorders, um, it affects relationships and it affects communication with people. They influence how individuals respond to stress and conflict. They also can lead to other disorders like depression, anxiety, to substance misuse or like self harm. They often go undiagnosed or misunderstood. Um, we need compassion and awareness because this helps reduce the stigma. Research shows that early identification and evidence based on treatments such as dialectical behavior therapy, for example, for borderline disorder, can dramatically improve functioning and quality of life. So, my conclusion is that personality disorders are not bad personalities. They're enduring complex psychological patterns that require empathy, understanding, and often professional intervention. And by recognizing the clusters and characteristics, we can better understand the people behind the behaviors. So we can support them toward healthier and patterns of living. And that's pretty much it, my presentation. Thank you guys. And I hope you guys understood and have a great day.